ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सवीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। Bharupatvat, today happens to be Monday, so we are doing Upadesha Sahasri, 211th page and 67th verse. 67th verse. 67th verse. We are doing. Bharupatvat yatha bhanoho. The sun is of the nature of the light only. Bharupatvat means of the being of the nature of the bhaha, the light. Bhanoho, the Bhanu. Bhanu means Bhanuvaram. Bhanu means the sun. Bhanu. Na horatre. It doesn't experience in days and nights. We think that when there is no Bhanu, for us it is night. But Bha itself doesn't experience in night. Anyway, it doesn't experience night, it doesn't experience the day. When there is no night, there is no day also for it. It is ever the day. It is always the day for it. It is always, we don't call it a day, but for there is no day and night. These two relative things, day and night, and these two relative things are not there. The night has come down, has come by, has gone. The darkness has gone, and the day, the light has come in this manner. The sun, there is no such a thing for the sun. The sun is always of the nature of the light, and therefore, the sun being of the nature of the light, it has no day and night. It has no night at all. Jnana, similarly, jnana na ho ratri tathaiva cha. In the same manner, bhano ho na ho ratri. Aha means the day. Ratra means the night. The sun doesn't have the day and night. Tacha. In the same manner, tathaiva. In the same manner, jnana ajnane namesyatam. Jnana ajnana means understanding and non-understanding. They don't qualify the conscious. They don't belong to consciousness. And we are of the nature of consciousness. Therefore, jnana ajnane namesyatam grahyam va. Grahyam va iti grahyam va iti samsparet. In this manner, it has to be understood. In this grahyam, it has to be understood in this manner. That just as the Bhanu doesn't have the day and night, in the same manner, the consciousness doesn't have the day and night. Consciousness is ever of the nature of conscious being. It is never of now it is eclipsed, now it is not eclipsed. That is what the Jiva thinks. Jiva thinks that I am now eclipsed, now I am not eclipsed. But the Bhanu doesn't think so. Bhanu doesn't think so. And therefore, Bhanu doesn't have the nights. Bhanu is always the day. It is ever effulgent. Namaskaram Chidrupato Avisesha. Being consciousness, it is ever the same. Chidrupato Avisesha. I mean, it's not being different from consciousness. It's not being different from consciousness. Atma being not different from consciousness, it is not different from consciousness. Atma has consciousness, nahi? Atma is consciousness. Atma has consciousness is wrong. Atma doesn't have consciousness. Atma is consciousness. And therefore it is said, Swami Chinmayananda used to say, Mm, for Americans, the body is Atma. Body has Atma. According to Americans, body has Atma. Body has the soul. We say, Indians say, the soul is in the form of embodiment. The soul is with the body. The Atma is with the body. Therefore, even when you are in the body, you are in fact Atma only. Therefore, Namya Shidrupatva Visheshata. Shidrupatva Visheshata means being not different from consciousness. It is the same. And therefore, it is not qualified by knowledge and ignorance. Just as the sun, the sunlight is not the sun is not qualified by day and night. In the same manner, here also the knowledge is not, consciousness is not qualified by knowledge or ignorance. It only becomes free from ignorance, and that's it. Shastrasya anasankatvat. Shastra being undoubtable, Shastra being anatishankatvat. It cannot be doubted because it talks about you the self-evident. You don't switch on to see whether you are there or not. Switch on the light to see whether you are not there or not. You are always, even in the darkness, you are evident to yourself, self-evident, and self-evident, self-evident. It is not sense-evident. You don't have to open your eyes. You don't have to open your ears to know that you are existent. And therefore, I am not there in this manner. You can never experience. You can never experience that you are not there. And therefore, it is always existent. It is self-evident. It is self-evident. And therefore, Atma being self-evident, and therefore, Anatshankatvat, Shastra being undoubtable, Brahmaivasyam, I can only be Brahman, Aham Sada, I can only be Brahman always. I can always be Brahman. Because Shastra says that the word Brahman, and therefore thou art being Brahman, thou being Brahman, Shastram cannot be. Shastram says so, and not only that, just because the Shastram says that you are Brahman and that you are Brahman, that you are Brahman is experienced by you. That you are Brahman is experienced by you. That you are conscious is experienced by you. You are a conscious being is experienced by you. And consciousness is unlimited. And that is felt in Sushupti. Your freedom from limitation is not freedom from freedom, you're not becoming big. When you are free from the small, you are not free from, you don't become big. You become unlimited, G. Your identification with the body is gone, the small is gone, you are infinite. And therefore, it is said, Shastrasya anatishanketvat brahmavasya aham sada. Brahmanam nahe. There is nothing to be reduced from me. Heya means there is nothing to be renounced by me. Grahyam va iti. Grahyam va. There is nothing to be added to me. You cannot reduce consciousness, a bit of consciousness. You cannot reduce a bit of consciousness, nor can you add anything to consciousness. It is samsmarit. Remember this. Let one remember that Brahman cannot be added to, add on. Brahman cannot be reduced, or it can be, nor can it be added on to, nor can it be added to. There is no, you can't add anything to Brahman. You can't also reduce anything from consciousness. Consciousness is Brahman. Consciousness is Brahman. And consciousness, and therefore Jiva has to understand the difference between consciousness and the body. This is what is called discerning. Atma and Atma Viveka, Viveka means discerning between Atma, between consciousness and matter. Between consciousness and matter, you have to renounce. You have to discern. Iti samsmarit means samsmarit means you should always remember that one should always remember that one cannot consciousness cannot be cut off a bit, can be added. You can't do that. You can't reduce. You can't do that to matter. What to talk of to consciousness? You can't reduce matter in this universe. You can't destroy matter. It can always it will always maintains itself in some form or the other. It maintains itself in some form or the other, and that is what is matter. That is what matter is, and therefore, just as the matter you can't reduce anything, you can't reduce matter. In this manner, you can't reduce mm, consciousness also. Matter cannot be reduced. It cannot be. It maintains itself in some form or the other. In some form or the other, it maintains itself. If you can't destroy matter, matter cannot be destroyed. Matter can remain itself in some form or the other. In the same way, if you can't destroy matter, how are you going to destroy consciousness? And therefore, consciousness cannot be reduced. Consciousness cannot be added on to. Added on to means you can't add anything to consciousness, and therefore, in that way, let it be remembered always. And therefore, discerning between Atma and Anatma means discerning between consciousness and matter. This is what is. Everybody thinks you objectify yourself, and that is why it becomes difficult to understand. You cannot be objectified. You can't objectify yourself, and therefore, it is said you are always the subject. Ahameva च bhuteshu bhuteshu sarveshu. I am in all beings. I am Atma is in all the individuals. Sarveshu ekaha. It is in the form of ekaha means it is one. It is one being in all the individuals. In all the individuals, it is one. It is one alone. Yatha navaha. Nabho Navaha means just as the space is there as the true as inclusive of all the other four elements. The subtlest includes all the four. We consider the space as all the four elements in it, but it is made of for is only space. The space runs in and through the objects, and therefore, in that manner, the one space is there in all the five, in all the other four elements. In that manner, four is Advaitam, Ekam is Advaitam. The one space, the Ekam space, is there in and through the four elements. In that manner, the one being of Brahman is there in and through all the jivas. And the jiva is a conscious being, and the jiva is a conscious being, and therefore it is also it is Brahman only. अहमेव च भूतेषु सर्वेषु एकः न भूयः मयि सर्वाणि भूतानि पश्यन्नेवं न जायते. A person who understands just as all the four elements are in space, in one space, in the same manner, all the entire matter is in one consciousness. In this manner, the one who understands is not reborn again. He is liberated. Since they are in him, without qualifying him. There is no noun-adjective relationship between space and air, the space and air, space and fire. There is no noun-adjective relationship. In the same manner, between matter and body and consciousness, Matter and consciousness, there is no noun-adjective relationship. Like rope and snake, there is no noun-adjective relationship. There is no snake is what is seen in it. And between that seen snake and what it is rope. Between the rope and the seen snake, there is no non-adjective relationship. Similarly, between the seen matter and the known what is there, that is you, consciousness. Between consciousness and matter, matter is what is seen by you. Consciousness is what is. Between consciousness and matter, there is no noun-adjective relationship. And yet, the entire matter is in consciousness. Without being qualified, without any quality of without any noun-adjective relationship, the entire matter is in consciousness. That is why it's called adhyasa. In this manner, the one who understands, he is liberated, he is not reborn again. Na bhahyam madhyam va antam antarvidyate. Atma doesn't have na bhahyam, there is no outside or inside. Outside, inside, we say from two standpoints. There are two relative things. Inside is spatial, outside is spatial, and the Atma is free from space. The consciousness is free from space, and therefore, outside space, outside is a spatial outside, spatial inside. But if Atma is free from space, Atma, just as the space includes all the four elements, just as in the same manner, consciousness includes all the five, and the five elements, and the five also they don't qualify the Atma. Just as the four elements don't qualify the space, similarly the five elements don't qualify the Atma, and therefore there is no difference. There is no problem for the Atma. Atma is, it can remain, and it can include, and therefore it can remain space free. And therefore, there is no spatial inside, there is no spatial outside. Atma is free from space. And therefore, outside me, outside Atma, outside inside Atma iti, in this manner we don't say. This is all prakriya to be understood. This is all prakriya. Prakriya means the method of teaching. But in consciousness, it's when there is only consciousness in like in sleep, you are only consciousness in the deep sleep state. You are only consciousness. When all the thoughts come to an end, you are left behind. You cannot say it is there, it is not there. You can say it is not there. These thoughts were not there. But you can't experience that I am not there. You can't experience I am not there. And therefore, you have to be there to even to experience your experience and to feel to get the thought that I am there or I am not there, and therefore you are always there, and therefore it is said na bahyam madhyam antaha vidyate anyat. There is no other. There is nothing parallel to Atma. Parallel to Atma is not there. Outside it is not there. Inside it is not there. In between it is not there. There is no other. Other means Dvaitam ho jayega. Dvaitam means it's gone. Dvaitam means you can't get sleep. If Dvaitam is the truth, you can't get sleep. And you can't get sleep. In sleep, there is no Dvaitam. And therefore, vidyate anyat swataha kvachit. Swataha means from oneself. Swataha kvachit. Kvachit means at any. Kvachit at anywhere. Kinchit instead of kvachit. We can say kinchit. Kachit is there. Kachit is there. It is not read kachit. Kinchit. There is nothing inside me. Our right side is the outside the Atma. Because Atma is spatially free from inside and outside space. Spatial free. It is free from space and therefore there is no outside, there is nothing parallel to the Atma. Na abhakyantaha shrutehe. Abhakyabhyantara, it is free, it is free from bhakyam, it is free from antaram, spatial inside and spatial outside. It is free from spatial inside, spatial outside, because it is free from space itself. Sabhakyabhyantaram अजह इति श्रुते है. दिस इज श्रुति के कारण से भी इट इज फ्री फ्रॉम स्पेशल इनसाइड स्पेशल आउटसाइड इति श्रुते है. किंचित तस्मात् शुद्ध प्रथम स्वयं प्रभः, and therefore it is Shuddha. I am Shuddha, I am pure, I am clean, I am pure. I am solely consciousness, pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is a relative word. There has to be impure consciousness to have the pure consciousness. Solely consciousness does not mean it's not a relative term. It is an absolute term. It's solely consciousness. Solely consciousness. It is solely consciousness. It is not something. It's not a mixture of matter and consciousness. There is no. It is solely consciousness, and therefore, consciousness is not something that's mixed with matter, and therefore it is said Swayam Prabha. It is Swayam Prabha. It's self-effulgent. Swayam Prabha means self-effulgent. Swayam Prabha. It means Swayam Prabha. Prabha means effulgence. Swayam Prabha. It is self-effulgent. Self-effulgent. It doesn't require, just as when the sun comes, you don't have to show the torch to the sun. In the same manner, it is self-effulgent. When the sun comes to you know, when the sun comes to you know, the sun is coming. Whether the sun has come or not, you don't use the torch. And in the same manner, here also, it is Swayam Prabha. It is self-effulgent. Neti neti ityadi shastrebhyaha. Neti neti ityadi shastrebhyaha. From this shastras also, from this shastra also, it's very clear. It is not this, it's not this. It's not this, it's not this. Not this, not this. Not this means anything that can be objectified as this is not this. It's called in Sanskrit is vipsa. Vipsa means it's called vipsa. Vipsa means all. All means all that is idam, it is not. All that can be objectified is not. All that can be objectified is there are so many anatmas. It is not any anatma. It is not a pot. It's not a mat. It's not a rat. It's not a river. In this manner, there is no. It is free from matter, all matter. It is free from this body also, and therefore, when the body it becomes free from the body, it doesn't become big. It is infinite. Freedom from smallness. It is identified with the bigness. Big elephant, like elephant. Elephant also is free from the big. Also is free from the in sleep. It is free from the bigness, and therefore smallness is a freedom from this. Freedom from smallness is infinity. Freedom from bigness is also infinity, and therefore तस्मात् शुद्धं स्वयं प्रभः नेति नेति इत्यादि शास्त्रेभ्यः. And it is also said neti neti. Neti neti means na idam, na idam. Iti means idam. Iti means idam. Na idam, na idam. Iti means idam. Neti neti. Neti means na idam, na idam. Iti shastrebhyaha. From this shastra also it is very clear. Neti neti shastrebhyaha. Prapanchopashamaha, in which it is prapancha becomes resolved. The universe is resolved. When you discern from the deha and the yours your existence, and deha and your existence, then the universe, when you transcend the body, you transcend the universe also, because the universe presupposes the embodiment, the jiva. Because you have to see the body, the universe is there presupposing the embodiment. If the embodiment were not there, there would be no sun, there would be no universe. And therefore, here it is said, Prapancha Vashamaha Advayaha, and it is non-dual. Prapancha Vashamaha Advayaha, and it is non-dual. It is non-dual means it is aditiyam, like in sleep, again. What is not what is not non-dual can what is not non-dual can never get sleep. But in sleep there is non-duality. Minus non-duality there will be no sleep. If you have thoughts, if you think of something, then there is something dual. There is something called dual. If you see something parallel, then there is duality. And duality means you can't get sleep also. In the Dvaitam, there is no sleep. If Dvaitam is the truth, there will be no sleep. And the sleep, but they are contrary to our experience. We experience sleep, and therefore that is not the truth. Dvaitam is not the truth. Dvaitam was the truth. Pranchavoshama hadvayaha. Vidita avida. The teacher asks the student the question. Now, what does he ask? What is it that if you know the truth as an object, the Brahmeva Vinonam, the Brahma means you know very little, you know very small, you know very little, you don't know, as good as not knowing anything. He says, if you objectify the truth and say that I know the truth, then you don't know the truth. The Brahma Naham Manya Suvedeti. I don't. The student says, I don't say that I don't. I know the truth as Idam. I say that I know the truth well. Means I objectify the truth. I don't say I the truth. Naham Manya Suvedeti. No, no Vedicha. Nor can I say that I don't know. I know it. In this manner, the student says. That means Jonas Tadveda. Whoever among us understands me, understands the truth. Truth means it is not objectifiable. It is not. It is one's own self, and therefore, whoever understands me understands the truth. In this manner, he says, "Naham Manya Suvedeti." I don't say that I objectify. But the unobjectifiable is only one's own self. The objectifier cannot be objectified. The only thing that cannot be objectified in this world is Atma. Atma cannot be objectified. All the anatma can be objectified. You can see, hear, taste, touch, smell. In this manner, you can think. You can objectify. It is something Atma cannot be objectified, and therefore, from this Shastra also it is very clear. Shastra says, Naiva Jnaya hi Adaha Anyatha. There is no other way than this. You can know. You cannot know by any other method. You cannot know by any other method than this. You can only be. You can only transcend the body. You can transcend the body. By transcending the body, you can transcend the breath. You can transcend the thoughts. You can transcend the universe also. But you cannot transcend in any other manner the universe without transcending the body. You can't transcend the universe. In this manner, he says, in any other manner without doing without vichara, designing. When all the waves come in the sea, the waves rise. You don't beat them up to understand that the waves are nothing but water. You don't have to make them You don't have to make them quiet. You don't have to make them quiet. Even when they are violent, you can know them all to be vata. Similarly, here also, when all the thoughts are there also, you know that you are consciousness. In this manner, the Vedanta is different from yoga, please. The yoga means they control the thoughts. They try to control the thoughts to be conscious. You don't have to control the thought to be conscious. You don't have to beat all the waves down to make them water. Otherwise, also they are water. You as the waves, as the water it is water, as the waves also it is water. As Brahman is Brahman, it is Brahman. As consciousness, it is consciousness. As jivas also, it is consciousness. Jivas also are not different from conscious. Every individual, even amoeba, is a conscious being. Is a conscious being. And it is solely consciousness, it doesn't know itself. Every human being is a conscious being. Every human being, alive conscious being, is a conscious being. All that he has to understand is, I am solely a conscious being. I am not a blend of matter and consciousness. This is what he has to understand. Panchopashamahadvaya is over. And the next is 72nd verse. 72nd verse. सर्वस्य आत्मग्राहमेव इति ब्रह्मचेत. If everything is Brahman, Atma, and that Brahma is Atma, Sarvam Atma, Ahameva, Sarvam Atma, everything is Atma, and therefore everything is Atma the Aham. Then iti chet, if this were so, if everything is Atma, the Aham, Aham the Atma, not Aham the Deha. Aham the Deha is called Ahankara. I am Deha is called Ahankara. That thought, that identification is called Ahankara. Atma is Aham Atma. Sarvasya Atma Ahameveti Brahmachet Idam Param Brahma. And it is timeless. It is free from, the Atma is free from the Param. It is Param means Desha Kala Vastu Parischeda Sunyam. It is free from Desha, it is free from Kala, it is free from Vastu. It is free from Vishayas. That means it is free from the universe. The entire avastha it is free from. It is free from, Atma is free from all the three. Desha, Kala, Vastu, and Paristiti, state, and it is free from, it is solely consciousness, and therefore consciousness is the truth. Sarvasyapi Atma, Ahameva iti Atma, Brahmachet, Viditam Mat Param. If it is understood to be not limited, consciousness by nature it is not limited. Consciousness by nature it is not limited. But then a man takes himself to be a body, and therefore he is not he is identified with the body, and therefore when he understands, when he discerns between consciousness and the body, then he is known. Then what happens? Idam param. Idam is a visitam param. Visitam means, if it is understood, sa atma sarvabhutana ma iti. Eshamiti srute. If he understands, that I am consciousness, then he is the same as every individual. He is the same as, he is the truth of all the individuals. He is the truth of all the individuals. And therefore, there is no, he is liberated afterwards. And therefore, Eshamiti Shruti, Shrutehe. The Shruti also tells that a person who understands that I am the Atma, I am Brahman. In that manner, if he understands, and he becomes the truth of all the individuals, he becomes the truth of all individuals, and therefore he becomes the Upasyam. He is worshipped by all the individuals. He is conscious, soul conscious, Brahman that he is solely consciousness. He is not. He is not. He is not. In ignorance, man thinks that he is only the body. He is only, but otherwise he is consciousness. And consciousness by nature it is unlimited. It is not limited to the body. It is not limited to two bodies. It is not limited to any object in the universe. It is not limited to anything. It is not limited even to the Prithvi. It is not limited to the even continent. It is not. It is unlimited like space. Space is physically unlimited, but it is not. It is not timeless. But it is not timeless. In the timeless state, like in Sushupti, it disappears. It is not there. You are not in space, time, in Sushupti. In the deep sleep state, you are not in in time and space. And therefore, in order to be unlimited, you don't have to do any exercises, mental exercises, etc., any upasana. You don't have to do anything. You have to only know yourself that I am not the body. And this is something difficult, but one doesn't know. Without doing anything, how can one become unlimited? And not without doing anything. You have to discern. And discerning is not an action. Discerning is not a creation. Discerning is not reaching. Discerning is not purification. Atma is already pure. It is not a modification. Atma is already modified. It is not cannot be modified. Atma is already you. And therefore you don't reach it. You don't reach the Atma. You reach yourself. And therefore there is no need for anything. Any action. Any action. You have to only think correctly. Correct thinking is what is necessary. Thank you very much, Ji. And the more of it we will see in the next class. Thank you, Ji. पूर्णमदच्यते पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 शांति